Hey guys, it's me, Zay here, and welcome back to another video. Now, I was really going to make another story time video, but like the last one I made was back. The last one I made was back in August when I talked about my first day of high school, and I wasn't really gonna plan on making another story time video after that, but I decided you know what, I decided, you know what, never mind, I'll just do another one. Cause I kinda liked the storytime video where I talked about my first day of high school. So now I'm gonna talk about, so I decided to make another storytime video. And the one I'm going to do, I'm gonna talk about the last 2 weeks of 8th grade. And, yeah, I'm gonna talk about those because the last 2 weeks were pretty fun. So, yeah. So the last 2 weeks of 8th grade, we did like some activities and went to some places and stuff. And yeah. So the first day that the fun started was on June 2nd, and that day was this thing called Outdoor Day. And if you don't know, and like it was called Outdoor Day, and I don't really know what we did on that day because I actually didn't go to school that day, and because I had a doctor's appointment. And that was also the day when the 8th graders leave for the DC trip, the kids who did go on the DC trip. And I unfortunately didn't get to go on it. I didn't go on the DC trip. Like, I was gonna go on it, but I forgot to sign up, so yeah, I didn't go on my DC trip. So yeah. So I don't really know what we did on Outdoor Day, but the next day on June 3rd, which is Tuesday, we did this thing called we went bowling. Like, we went to this bowling academy that was it was pretty close to my school, and it was close enough where we didn't have to take a bus. So we basically walked there. And the walk there wasn't too bad, but the walk back to school from the bowling alley was pretty bad. I mean, it was pretty hot out, and there's just like hill that leads to my school. Like on the road to my school, there's like a hill, and we had to walk down it and up. Walking up the hill was bad because, well, it's pretty hot out because, you know, it was June. So yeah, it was kind of bad having to walk up the hill. But anyway, I'm not gonna. But yeah. But I'm not trying to talk about the walk to walk to the bowling alley and the walk back from the bowling alley. I want to talk about I'm gonna talk about what I did at the bowling alley. So yeah, basically at the bowling alley, we basically like got our bowling shoes. Like the teachers would check in and stuff, and yeah, we got our bowling shoes. And I played bowling with my friends who didn't go on the DC trip. Maddox, Jaden, Wesley, Jacob, and Brandon. Like, those were my friends who didn't go on the DC trip, so I went bowling with them. So yeah, and it was pretty fun. I mean, I don't remember who won and stuff, but it was pretty fun, and I think I got a strike a few times. So yeah, but one of my favorite things about that was there's this thing on the bowling screens called lane chatter. Like on the bowling screens where like you put your name in and stuff, they also have these other options. I don't remember them, but one I do remember is this thing called lane chatter, where basically you could text people from other lanes, which I guess is cool to do if you're having like a party there and there are people at the party or in different lanes, like you could text them. And it was pretty fun. Like we used it and we like texted like the other kids and the other bowling alleys, and yeah, it was pretty fun. And I don't remember it, and I've been to that bowling alley other times before, and I've never seen that thing. I've never seen the lane chatter before, so I'm guessing it's probably new. So yeah. But anyway, we didn't really do much that day. But one thing we did do was Mario Kart. I unfortunately didn't get a turn, but I did the next day. And next day, on Wednesday, June 4th, that day we were supposed to go to this place called I'm not gonna say the name of it, but it's this place that has like pizza and subs, and we're supposed to get some slushies from it. And a few weeks before, we like did a Google form where it asked what flavor slushy we want. I don't remember what flavor I got. I think I got like watermelon or something. But yeah, and we're supposed to go and eat our slush. We're gonna go there to eat some slushies there, the ones that we wanted. So yeah. And but before we did that, we played some Mario Kart. And this wasn't like where we'd get where some of us would get turns and like this wasn't like, this was a different kind of Mario Kart where we wouldn't just like take turns playing like we don't just take turns playing. It was like a bracket style tournament where whoever would win would advance and up to the final round. And this time I actually got a turn instead of I thankfully got a turn on that day, which was good. And yeah, it was pretty fun. And I've been playing Mario Kart for a while, so I won most of the rounds and like I advanced, and I was pretty excited because I was pretty excited that I was winning, and I did so good that I actually ended up getting to the final round, and it was me and this girl, and and this was on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I forgot to mention that, and we were on the last track, which was called GCN DK Mountain. I think that was one of the booster courses. Like, that was one of the newer courses. So yeah, so we played on that, and I think I almost lost. I don't really remember the race that much. I don't know why I don't remember it, but yeah, I actually ended up winning, surprisingly, I ended up winning the race, which is probably my favorite thing that happened. Out of all the things we did in the last 2 weeks. And I was pretty happy that I won. Like, I didn't think I was gonna win, but yeah, I did. And for my prize, I ended up getting a glazed donut and a bag of Nerds candies. Like, I got different kind of Nerds candies. They were in like a plastic bag. And yeah. And after that, we pretty much like we just like did some activity. We just like played some games and stuff. After that, we didn't really do much. We just like played some cornhole. It's like some kids would play cornhole, and some kids were playing Jenga. Like, those are the only games that were out in the hallway. So yeah, and later that day, we went to that place I told you about where we get the slushies, and we walked there. And the walk there wasn't too bad. I mean, it was hot out, but not as hot as the day before we went bowling. But yeah, we walked there, and we got our slushies. And I guess where I was sitting, like, we sat over behind the place, and there was like this bush that was behind me, and it was like poking my back. But that was the only spot because there weren't any other spots, so I had to sit there. And it was nice sitting there eating my slushie, but what wasn't nice was but I didn't like how that bush was poking me. Like, I guess there was like a leaf poking me or something. I don't know what it was, but yeah. And not only that, but I guess I also sat in some dirt where I was sitting, because there was like a dirt stain in my shorts that it took a while to get out. So yeah. But other than that, it was nice playing Mario Kart, winning that Mario Kart tournament, eating some slushies. So yeah. Anyway, the next day on June 5th, on Thursday, we had field day. And normally I like field day because we basically just get to play games outside, and it's pretty cool. But on this day it was really hot. And it was not fun. Like, this is probably my least favorite thing that happened, because it was pretty fun, like, the first half, but I started to get tired because of how hot it was, and there wasn't any shade we could sit in. And and I didn't feel like having to run around the sun. I just laid down. It was so hot, and I was tired that I think I almost passed out. Like, I'm not joking. I think I almost passed out. And honestly, looking back, I probably should have told someone that I was hot and wanted to go back inside. But I didn't really feel like it, so yeah. We did go inside, and the only time we did go inside during that was when we went into the gym and we played dodgeball. And I didn't even play that. All I did was just sit and just chill, and I was glad that we were inside. But we went back outside after that, and yeah, it was not fun standing out there in the sun. I literally almost passed out from that. But anyway, after that, not only that, but later that day, we went out for recess, and when it was recess, we didn't even stay outside for the whole recess period because of how hot it was. We literally had to go back inside. That's how hot it was that day. And yeah. And also another thing we did that day was we watched Monsters Inc. We watched it in my science classroom, and it was pretty cool. I mean, I don't really like Monsters Inc. that much. It's a good movie, but it's not my favorite. But yeah, it was pretty nice to watch. But anyway, the next day, Thursday, we went to this. Next day on Friday, June 6th. I don't know why I said Thursday, but yeah, on Friday, June 6th, we went to this. We went to the swim club that's in my town. I'm not gonna say the whole name of the swim club because it has the name of my town in it. I don't want anyone knowing the name of my town because I might get doxxed. So yeah. But yeah, we went to the swim club, went to the pool there, and that was also the day. And Friday was also the day after the kids on the DC trip came back. So there was a lot of kids there instead of there just being not all of them. I mean, not everyone in 8th grade went to the swim club, but yeah. And that was also really fun. It was pretty fun swimming, and most kids were grabbing each other and holding them underwater. And thankfully I didn't get grabbed, but yeah, it was pretty fun. Then I swim around. And there was also the slide that was near the pool, where you'd climb up the ladder that leads up to the slide, and you'd go down and, go in the pool. And that was pretty fun. I went on that slide probably a million times. And there was also sort of mini water park that was over on the other side of the pool, where, it had, this, water. You could go up on the slide, or there was another little slide you could go over on the other side. I don't know. I don't really know how to describe the water park that much. But yeah, it was pretty cool. And but something I didn't like on the trip was that there was a snack. There was a snack bar there where you can get some food or something. You can get some food. And I forgot to bring my wallet. I forgot about. I actually didn't know there was gonna be a snack bar there. I mean, they did announce it, but I guess I must have forgot about. I think they did announce it, but I must have forgot about it. And yeah, I didn't bring my wallet, so all I ate was some pizza and all I ate was some pizza that was over by the benches where we would have our stuff. So yeah. So that's pretty much the only thing I ate. But other than that, it was pretty fun and probably one of my favorite things on the last 2 weeks. So yeah. But anyway, the week after that, next week on Monday, June 9th, we didn't really go anywhere or do anything. I mean, we did do something. We pretty much just played some games inside. We played mini golf, which was honestly pretty boring. And yeah, that was pretty boring. And we also wrote our names out on the sidewalk on the sidewalk outside the school, and we'd write the initials of the name of the high school we're going to, and in the year we graduate. And I'm class of 2029, so I wrote that. And at the time, I didn't know what high school I was going to, so I just wrote the initials of the names of the 2 high schools in my town. So yeah, and that's pretty much all we did that day. I don't really remember anything else about that day because we didn't really do anything besides write our names on the sidewalks, and yeah, we didn't really do much that day. But anyway, not lastly, I mean, this isn't the last fun thing we did on the last 2 weeks of school. On Wednesday, okay, I don't know what I'm talking about, but on Tuesday, we went to Canopy Lake. And if you don't know what Canopy Lake is, it's this amusement park that's in New Hampshire. And honestly, the only fun thing about New Hampshire, I mean, New Hampshire's pretty boring aside from having Canopy Lake and Storyland. But Storyland isn't really that fun. I mean, it is fun if you're like... Storyland is fun if you're like 6 years old. But yeah, anyway, we went to Canopy Lake. And that was probably one of my favorite things. Like, I said honestly, I don't know if I like going to the swim club better or going to Canopy Lake better. Like, they were both really fun. And, yeah, we went to Canopy Lake. And basically, me and my friend Wesley, it was mostly just me and him that, like, went on rides and stuff. And, yeah, it was pretty fun. Like, we went on a bunch of rides and stuff, and we even saw our other friends. Like, we had lunch. And, yeah, it was pretty fun going on rides and stuff. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And I don't think I really remember much about it. So, yeah. But also, before we left, I also got a Canopy Lake shirt. It was like a blue tie-dye shirt, and it's pretty cool. And I also wore it to school the next day. So yeah. And that day I also learned how money works. Like before that, I didn't know that you could like buy things that were over like a price, and they would just give you like change back. Like somehow I did not know that, but yeah, I learned that. So yeah. But anyway, lastly on Wednesday, next day on Wednesday, we didn't really do much that day. But so actually we did. The only thing we actually did do something. Like, we went down to the gym, and we did like this. Like, we went down to the gym because they would announce an award ceremony they announce like awards for kids. For they did this awards. Like, they would give out an award for kids. Like, I don't really know how to describe it that good. But yeah. Like, before they did that, they did like a slideshow on the screen where it was like a bunch of 8th graders doing, like, in 8th graders, a bunch of pictures and stuff. Like, some of them were kind of silly, and some of them were like from events, from like school events. So yeah. But after that, then they did a rewards announcement. Like, they get rewards for the kids in the best classes. And yeah. And after that, we took the chairs that we were sitting on, we went outside, and I'm trying to remember. Like, we went outside, and we had to go sit outside, and we had to listen to our principal, who I'll just call Mr. B. Like, we had to listen to Mr. B, like, tell us how we were gonna set up graduation. Like, there was a certain way we were gonna come out and like walk in to school, and like he announced to us that he announced to us like what we do and stuff, and basically how he did it was like, basically he announced like how like, he basically had all the classes come up and practice like how we come out and stuff. He basically said how do we come, like, basically Like some examples are we'd come over to him, shake his hand, we get the diploma or whatever it's called, like that piece of paper. And yeah, we'd also practice how we'd come back and stuff. And yeah, so yeah, we basically just sat in the sun, and Mr. B would talk to us on like how we'd like line up and sit down in our chairs. So yeah, and it was kind of nice, I guess, learning how to do it, but it wasn't really fun having to sit out in the sun. So yeah, and later that day there was graduation day, because like I said, Mr. B, and because because that day our principal announced like graduation stuff. So yeah. And I'm not going to talk about graduation today. I'm going to talk about it in another Storytime video. So, yeah. So, anyway, yeah, that's it for today. Hope you guys liked the Storytime video of me talking about the last 2 weeks of school. And, yeah. So, yeah, that's it for today, guys. Hope you guys liked this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.